This is Project 5, and we're going to continue learning about HelpStar. These projects do not have sort of step-by-step instructions, so what I recommend is you can always go back and look up how to do things if necessary. Certain things I'll skip if repeated, but the first step is activity B2 on page 620, entering a service request. And there's a note that a category is missing or not linked, so we can use another one. So B2, and if you need help with entering a service request, that information is on page 607. It's step 7. Request type. Oh, since I didn't add the user earlier to save time, it's not going to show up here. So I'm going to pick just another user. But you should have picked Rahim. Category. Ocean House. Technical. Category's missing. All right. So pick another one. Important is low. Dispatch. And then you would type in your memo and take a screenshot and save. Request. What did I leave? Oh, title. Well, I'm going to enter the title in the book, but it doesn't go with the category that's missing. Okay. Okay, now we're going to find a service request. And this is on page 620. It's also step 10 on page 611. All right. So the service request B2 that I created, the number that was generated was the 10060. So I did a search for that. But there are other things you could search for, but that's always the easiest. So you would do a search. You could do a search for maybe even the user or the title, probably the best. But either way, do a search, find it, take a screenshot. Now we're going to enter a new vendor manufacturer. All right. Let's see. I need to go back. Nope. So it's manufacturers. Actually, let me make sure it's not in the system. Lenovo, so it's not showing up. All right. So we can do. I'm going to do new manufacturer. And then they want you to go and look it up. Well, I'll let you make it up. But you want to type in the name. They can be both. So Lenovo US, and then make up a telephone number, street address, city, state. If you can find it, great. But the point is, create it like you did before, print screen it, and you want to list it there. Next is finding a service request categories that are defined for Ocean House. Nope. Oops. service request categories to define. Okay, locate a list of service. Okay, so that's what actually this is. And then add a new category under tech support software. All right. They're related to engineering. And I guess it just says generic. There it is. Yeah. So I guess that's it. We just have to find this, display it, and then add that. Print screen. That should do it for B5. So B6. Add an attachment to a service request. Use Helpstar's help system to research how to add an attachment. All right. So close that. If you don't have access to the internet, you might have to do this on your host web instead. And it looks like you can type this, but they want you to look up how to add an attachment to a service request. Come on. Don't freeze on me. Oh, there it is. Attach file under insert. By the mail. I should have seen it. All right. So handy. And home service requests. Actually, get rid of that. So I'm going to go to the one I did earlier, but you can technically use any. And then attach file. All right. So you can go ahead and create a little text file. Cancel. Okay. Second. Alright, attach file. There it goes. So it says to write a short description of the steps in Help Star to add an attachment to a service request. Write your description so other support reps can follow the procedure. I'm not going to make you do that step, but we did that earlier on updating that support document. So here you can take a screenshot. And then one more activity. Write a draft of a best solution, which is what we were talking about earlier. So going back to step 13 on page 614, you need to do another one. Some technical support problem you're familiar. So maybe troubleshooting a family member's printer, you name it. So you're going to go ahead and follow steps 13 on page 614 and create a new best solution document. Then take a screenshot of it and you are done. Let me know if you have questions.